Hey everyone! Today I'm doing a video because I had a conversation with somebody that got me really fired up because I know I was really guilty of this as well when I was in my corporate job. And so I want to make sure that you are not having these same thoughts because believe me, mindset is everything and you do have control. So on social media, I've been talking a lot about my new Find Your Passion, Ignite Your Life program. And I had one of my friends reach out to me and he says, I'm really unsatisfied with my work. And then he pauses and the next sentence is, wow, that felt really personal. And it hit me like a brick, like, of course it's personal. You're spending 2,080 hours minimum at a full-time job helping them get where they want to go. So if you're going to spend that much time with anybody, like I don't care who it is, if it's your significant other or your best friend or the corporate job you're in, or even as an entrepreneur, that it is personal. Most people try to segregate the two. But the thing is when you're really in your zone and you're bringing out your best, no matter what you do for work, it's electric. It lights you up. You perform better. You'll probably get better raises. Maybe you'll be a manager if that's what you want and climb up the corporate ladder. I'm really passionate about this because I'm discovering so much about myself doing my thing and listening and bringing my heart forward to my work. Believe me, I'm not trying to convince everybody to be an entrepreneur because it's definitely not for everybody. And believe me, it's freaking hard. But I want you to really start to become more aware of what feeds you on a personal level and that you can bring to work. So here's a perfect example. I've actually been thinking a lot about my job at Burger King. I worked there for 2.5 years in high school. And I always loved that job. But now that I've discovered my strengths, and some of my strengths are positivity and maximizer. So now it makes much more sense why I was having so much fun in that job. I loved working the drive-thru, so I was always positive, asking people how their day was. And then we would have these little competitions in trying to get our drive-thru time down. It sounds totally silly, but those were the things that fired me up. We would be really competitive. It's okay, we can do this. There's this whole teamwork camaraderie thing. We're trying to get that free dinner that our manager offered us. And it was a lot of fun. We'd be racing around, laughing, and having a great time. And it was simply because I brought my strengths to the table in that job. In my corporate job as a software developer, there were definitely times and certain projects where I was much more in alignment with my heart, and that was when I was thriving in my career. So I want you to just take a moment and really think about what lights you up. When are you at your best? And how can you bring that to the work that you're currently in? And if you find that you really can't, well, then maybe it's time to start thinking about some changes. Because when you combine these two, it's powerful. I'm telling you, it's really powerful. If what I've said today has struck a chord with you and you're ready to start digging a little deeper to figure out what your strengths are and how you could bring those into the work that you do, be sure to go grab a copy of my free guide, The Savvy Girl's Guide to Discover Your Passion. It's going to get you start thinking about the process and what your strengths are and what you can bring to the table at any job that you're doing. And remember that I'm always here if you ever want to chat.